I want to go through is the solution framework. I say that like I'm almost done. I got a little bit more. Solution framework here. So number one, get your guy diagnosed. Remember, always diagnose first. No point trying to solve a problem if you don't know what the hell the problem is, right? Diagnose it first. Then communicate. What is going on? Which problem is it? How do you want to talk about that with the partner, with the employee, with your boss, whatever it is there. And then from there, you see how that conversation goes. Make your decision. Is it worth fixing? Can I fix it?
All right. Isn't technology fun? Phone overheated out there in the garden. That's what I get for recording outside in May in the desert. I probably should have seen that one coming. To give a quick little recap, I want to talk about the two most important types of problems when it comes to these types of misalignments. The first are those foundation breakers. Okay, these are the things that if you don't address them right away, it can tank your business down the road. You're not necessarily going to notice right away, you're going to feel it, but it's that thing that can completely tank you down the road. And those are things like the time bomb. This is what I was talking about with that co-founder that I had that had a completely different perspective on the purpose of our business. And because of that, things fell apart down the road. He started making those really rash decisions that did not consult with me as his partner because they aligned with his purpose. Why would he question that decision? It aligned with his purpose, right? So next one is that strategic conflict. So this is making sure that you're aligned on that vision level so that things don't fall apart down the road. You go and you say, hey, look, this is our purpose of our business. Great. Here's the things I'm going to work on. Here's the things you're going to work on. Great. And then we go off and we come back together at the end of the workday and we go, gosh, we're not working on the same things, right? We want to avoid that. It can lead to a bunch of big problems too. Then the other two I want to talk about are just, these are major friction points. This is that tactical warfare of where you are just having trouble communicating, getting things done on a basic basis of the tactical level of your daily work. You don't know what you're doing, or even more so, you're doing things that are actively sabotaging the other group, or maybe not intentionally, but you are doing things that are hurting each other's work rates. So that's that tactical war. And then the trust gap is the one I've talked about, where you are maybe getting hired onto a new team and that manager does not yet trust you to that you understand their vision, and because of that they want to micromanage you, they want to be all over you, and they never give you that opportunity to fail, opportunity to succeed, which is what it takes to be a great leader. So I just want to hit those real quick, and then moving on into our solution framework. So number one thing on this starts off with diagnosis. Okay, looking at these 9 types of misalignments, which is the type of misalignment that you're experiencing in your team, define it, and which different types, because it might be a situation where there's just one, but even as I'm telling those stories about that co-founder, it was the time bomb, it was here, purpose of purpose. We also were misaligned. There was some tactical war going on. There were some other aspects that were definitely messing up the team. So define exactly what these different pieces are, diagnose what's going wrong, how your team is misaligned. Then after you do that, communication, right? That's the golden rule. We always joke about that out there on the rugby field, but really it all does come back to communication. Your ability to ask questions, to answer questions, and to help people to understand where you're coming from and understand where they're coming from and come up with that compromise. That does all come back to communication skills, right? Communication skills are fundamental to leadership and to being a successful member of that high performing team, right? We got to be able to communicate. So diagnose exactly what's going on and communicate with that person and try to have that conversation and see if you can get over this impasse, because a lot of these times, these are things we don't even necessarily talk about. There's things we're not thinking about all the time. We're all caught up in our daily work. We're caught up in the mission. Well, I haven't even thought about the vision except when I wrote the business plan 3 years ago, right? So you come to me and you start asking these questions. I go, what? You're right. We need to change the way we do things. We are not aligned there. We should be more aligned, right? That all only comes from having that conversation in the first place and communicating exactly what's going on. That gets into all these different aspects of trying to sell your vision to somebody and understanding their vision and trying to integrate those two visions together. Those are really important communication pieces there. Now, after you go through that conversation, decide. Okay, hey, how did the conversation go? Things were great. Hey, boss is on the same page. We're going to move forward. They love my ideas. Awesome. Move forward. Hey, things didn't go well. They thought I was just complaining about making up problems and nothing actually is that big of a problem and all these things. And I'm just causing trouble. I'm just creating waves for the rest of the team, right? That's not good. And coming from a very legitimate place, they are not taking it as legitimate action. Therefore, maybe it's time to move on, right? Decide what the best path is moving forward. It always goes into what do you really want? How bad do you want to fight this, right? Now, the last piece, of course, is act. Take action. None of this stuff matters at all if you don't take action at the end of the day.